Nestled in the heart of the quaint town of Greenfield was a small, charming bookstore called Whispering Pages. The bookstore was a haven for book lovers, with its wooden shelves overflowing with novels, the cozy reading nooks, and the scent of aged paper that filled the air. It was a place where stories came to life and where people found solace and inspiration. Emma had always been a bookworm. She spent her weekends at Whispering Pages, losing herself in the pages of her favorite novels. The bookstore had become her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the stresses of everyday life and immerse herself in the magic of literature. One rainy Saturday afternoon, Emma decided to visit the bookstore to browse the new arrivals. She walked in, greeted by the familiar warmth and quiet. The rain pattered softly against the windows, creating a soothing backdrop as she wandered through the aisles. She headed to the fiction section, her fingers trailing along the spines of books, searching for her next great read. As she reached for a book on the top shelf, her hand brushed against someone else's. Startled, she looked up to see a young man reaching for the same book. He had dark hair, striking blue eyes, and a sheepish smile that made her heart skip a beat. "I'm sorry," he said, withdrawing his hand. "I didn't mean to startle you." "It's okay," Emma replied, her cheeks flushing slightly. "You can take the book. I was just curious about it." The young man chuckled and shook his head. "No, please, you take it. I can find something else." Emma smiled, appreciating his kindness. "Thank you. I'm Emma, by the way." "Nice to meet you, Emma." "I'm Alex," he said, extending his hand. They shook hands, and Emma felt a spark of connection. "Do you come here often?" she asked, trying to keep the conversation going. Alex nodded. "Yes, I love this place. There's something magical about being surrounded by books." "How about you?" "Same here," Emma replied. "This bookstore is like my second home. I come here almost every weekend." They continued to chat, discovering their shared love for literature and discussing their favorite authors and genres. Emma found herself enjoying Alex's company more than she had expected. There was something about him that made her feel at ease, as if they had known each other for years. As the rain continued to fall outside, they moved to one of the cozy reading nooks and settled in with their books. Emma couldn't help but steal glances at Alex, her heart fluttering with excitement. She had never felt such an instant connection with someone before. After a while, Alex looked up from his book and smiled at Emma. "Would you like to grab a coffee with me? There's a great little cafe just down the street." Emma's heart raced with anticipation. "I'd love that," she replied. They left the bookstore together, the rain having eased to a light drizzle. The cafe, with its warm, inviting atmosphere and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, was the perfect place for them to continue their conversation. They found a quiet corner and ordered their drinks, settling in for what would become a long, enjoyable afternoon. As they sipped their coffee, Emma and Alex talked about their lives, their dreams, and their passions. Emma learned that Alex was a writer working on his first novel, and he was in town visiting his family. Alex, in turn, learned about Emma's job as a teacher and her dream of one day opening her own bookstore. "I think that's a wonderful dream," Alex said, his eyes filled with admiration. "You have a deep love for books, and I can see that you'd create a magical place for others to enjoy." "Thank you, Alex," Emma replied, feeling a warmth spread through her. "And I can't wait to read your novel. It sounds like it's going to be amazing." They spent the rest of the afternoon talking and laughing, the connection between them growing stronger with each passing moment. By the time they left the cafe, the rain had stopped, and the sky was painted with the soft hues of the setting sun. As they walked back to the bookstore, Alex turned to Emma with a thoughtful expression. "Emma, I know we just met, but I feel a strong connection with you. I'd love to see you again." Emma's heart soared at his words. "I feel the same way, Alex. I'd love to see you again too." They exchanged phone numbers and made plans to meet up the following weekend. Emma watched as Alex walked away, a smile on her face and a flutter in her heart. She couldn't believe how a chance encounter in a bookstore had turned into something so special. The following week flew by, and Emma found herself eagerly anticipating her next meeting with Alex. They decided to visit a local art gallery, followed by dinner at a cozy Italian restaurant. The evening was filled with conversation, laughter, and a growing sense of intimacy. Emma felt like she had known Alex for much longer than just a week. As their relationship blossomed, Emma and Alex spent more and more time together. They explored the town, went on long walks in the park, and spent hours talking about their dreams and aspirations. Emma found herself falling for Alex, and it seemed that he felt the same way. One evening, as they sat on a bench by the river, Alex turned to Emma with a serious expression. "Emma, there's something I need to tell you," he began, his voice filled with emotion. Emma felt a pang of worry. "What is it, Alex?" "I have to go back to the city soon," Alex said, his eyes reflecting the sadness in his voice. "My visit here was only temporary, and I need to return to my job and my life there." Emma's heart sank at his words. The thought of being separated from Alex was unbearable. "When do you have to leave?" she asked softly. "In a week," Alex replied, his voice breaking slightly. "But I don't want to lose what we have, Emma. I care about you too much." Tears filled Emma's eyes as she looked at Alex. "I care about you too, Alex. More than I can say. But I don't know how we can make this work with you so far away." Alex took her hands in his eyes filled with determination. "We'll find a way, Emma. We can visit each other, call each other every day. And maybe, in time, we can figure out a way to be together permanently." Emma nodded, feeling a glimmer of hope. "I don't want to lose you either, Alex. We'll make it work." The week that followed was bittersweet. Emma and Alex cherished every moment they had together, making memories that would last a lifetime. When the day came for Alex to leave, they shared a tearful goodbye, promising to stay in touch and make their long-distance relationship work. The days without Alex were hard for Emma. She missed him terribly, but they talked on the phone every day, sharing their thoughts, their worries, and their dreams. Alex's visits were the highlights of her life, and they made the most of every moment they had together. As the months passed, Emma and Alex's love only grew stronger. They faced the challenges of a long-distance relationship with determination and a deep commitment to each other. Emma poured her heart into her work and her dream of opening a bookstore, finding solace in the knowledge that Alex supported her every step of the way. One sunny afternoon, a year after Alex had moved back to the city, Emma received a phone call from him. His voice was filled with excitement and anticipation. "Emma, I have some amazing news," he said. "I got a job offer in Greenfield, and I'll be moving back next month. We can finally be together." Emma's heart leaped with joy at his words. "Oh, Alex, that's wonderful. I can't believe it. I can't wait to be with you, Emma," Alex said, his voice filled with happiness. "This is the start of our new chapter together." When Alex moved back to Greenfield, Emma felt like her life was complete. They spent their days working and pursuing their dreams, and their nights were filled with love and laughter. They often visited Whispering Pages, the bookstore where their love story had begun, and it remained a special place for them. One evening, as they strolled through the park hand in hand, Alex turned to Emma with a serious expression. "Emma, there's something I've been wanting to ask you," he said, his voice trembling with emotion. Emma looked at him, her heart pounding with anticipation. "What is it, Alex?" Alex got down on one knee, pulling a small velvet box from his pocket. "Emma, from the moment we met, I knew you were the one for me. You bring so much joy and love into my life, and I can't imagine my life without you. Will you marry me?" Tears of joy streamed down Emma's face as she nodded, unable to speak. "Yes, Alex," she finally managed to say. "Yes, I will marry you." Alex slipped the ring onto her finger and stood, pulling her into a tight embrace. They kissed, their hearts full of love and happiness. As they planned their wedding, Emma felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey that had brought them together. They had faced challenges and overcome obstacles, but their love had endured. And now, they were about to start a new chapter of their lives together. The wedding was a beautiful celebration of love, surrounded by family and friends. They exchanged their vows in a garden filled with blooming flowers, the sun shining brightly above them. As they danced under the stars that night, Emma felt a deep sense of peace and joy, knowing that she had found her soulmate. After the wedding, Emma and Alex continued to build their life together. They opened a bookstore of their own, a dream they had both shared, and it became a beloved spot for book lovers in Greenfield. They filled their days with work, laughter, and love, always finding time to enjoy each other's company and share their dreams. One evening, as they sat in their cozy living room, surrounded by books and memories, Alex turned to Emma with a thoughtful expression. "You know, Emma, our love story began in a bookstore. I think we should continue to honor that tradition." Emma smiled, her heart full of love for the man beside her. "What do you mean, Alex?" "I mean that we should make a promise to each other," Alex said, his eyes shining with determination. "No matter what happens, no matter where life takes us, we will always make time to read together. It's our special connection, and I want to keep it alive." Tears of joy filled Emma's eyes as she nodded. "I promise, Alex. We'll always make time for books." And so, their tradition continued. Every week, They would set aside time to read together, sharing their thoughts, dreams, and love. They knew that no matter where life took them, they would always have their special connection, their love shining as brightly as the stories they cherished. Years passed, and their love story continued to grow. They faced challenges and joys, but through it all, their bond remained strong. They traveled the world together, always finding time to explore new bookstores and discover new stories. They built a life filled with love, happiness, and countless cherished memories. As they sat in their bookstore one evening, now with their children by their side, Emma looked at Alex with a heart full of love and gratitude. "We've come a long way, haven't we, Alex?" Alex smiled, his eyes filled with love for the woman who had shared his journey. "We have, Emma. And I wouldn't change a thing. Our love story is a beautiful adventure, and I'm so grateful to share it with you." As they sat surrounded by books in the soft glow of the evening light, Emma knew that their love was timeless, as constant and enduring as the stories they loved. And she felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that no matter where life took them, they would always be together, under the same starry sky.